Here's Johnny. Thank you, Ed. Well, hello there. Social media family. Then up in these subscribers and our visitors alike. A person among yourself. For our associated with, representing my own YouTube social media channel. Oh, that thought, y'all. I don't know what happened. It's like a computer hacker, faggoty or probably faggoty male hacker is attempting to throw a monkey wrench in the program. If you know what I mean. You between I fill in the blanks. And as one could possibly be one of my present neighbors from damn hell moonlighting as one, for that matter. Then where was I? Okay. Well, let me just start from the very beginning. Hold that thought. Here's Johnny. Thank you, Ed. Well, hello there, social media family. Being of any subscribers and our visitors alike, of any persons among yourselves who are affiliated, associated with, and are representing my own YouTube social media channel and likewise chat room. How are you all doing? Well, hopefully everyone is doing at least okay. If not better yet to be said, all right. If not best of all to be said, and I'll say for the record, to be put like this here, whereas any of your persons, you and yours, your family and friends, as well as yourself, and hopefully me and mine, well, if not any of us were to be able to say and I'll say for the record that we are feeling blessed and stressed. More blessed and stressed, or too blessed to probably become a be stressed. And so much for that conversation dialogue. And moving right on. And then let's just dive into the present social media broadcast that we have it of video content. And please do disregard or ignore any disturbances, disruptions, or interruptions to the present social media broadcast as we have it video content, then because I have little, if any, control over what could go on or happen outside my apartment door. As long as it stays outside of some and such, then we should have not much of a problem with the broadcast at hand being a video content for the present social media for this given moment in time. Anyway, though, I have since had taken care of the necessary business at hand to not go about researching some of such future apartment vacancies that could have possibly come or be available. Then because so far as money wise is concerned, I may as well be at an all-time low when it comes to funds, that being of the mucho dineros, monetary financial currency as we have it of the American format, where I don't even have much money for moving expenses, let alone, or not to mention, to pay the first month's rent to a future new landlord in one of the more preferred neighborhoods or better ones, as in translates be defined as meaning for one that is less poverty stricken with less food deserts and not to mention less crime ridden. But rather I myself was making reference to, or as it is regarding how that I had since had gotten a secondary cell phone reactivated in view of the circumstances of an extenuating nature upon the conditions as is the case or situation of a certain particular neighbor from damn hell keep threatening my person verbally, implying that he could possibly have some such extreme physical violence done on to me. And I'm like, in your dreams, Then because not only will I alert the local police authorities, being the boys in blue, or cops to simply say, but then I do believe in exercising my rights and privileges to self-defense. If somebody is threatening my person, you know, and having this really stupid and crazy notion or a goofy ideal, although one has not as yet pushed the envelope, to contemplate or messing the thought of, going about the monkey business when push comes to shove. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, especially after that last scare. And that kind of spooked me as a believer in God. So how much more it would have done something to me if I was still an unbeliever, non-believer of an unsaved individual person. You know. And believe it or not, before I even managed to finish up with the from the excuse me, from the icebreaker to the salutation or greeting to the basic intro being the introduction, and last but not least the footnotes. He himself was already acting out again, out in the hallway, making like a real life overgrown baby boy of a Bam Bam Rubbles with all the racket he was making, senseless, Although he himself, being the main neighbor from damn hell, or any of these present neighbors from damn hell of mine, or worse the ones yet, would be more likely and more often than not to come off as, spooks that sit by the door, neighbors from damn hell, of the worst source of type than the midnight cowboy, neighbors from damn hell. You know. Anyway, though, as I was saying, getting back to Somerset Dollar, yeah. So far as concerning that, then the last scare, you know, with him, mouthing off outside my apartment door, talking all crazy in the hallway, only after he creeped up behind me, practically all together, not possibly entirely completely. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is. I was coming back to the building, right? I mean, and the thing is, this was not the first time he disrespected me. In that one day for the most recent holiday, that was supposed to be celebrating the patriotism of our own nation's military veterans. No, no, not Memorial Day, but D-Day, similar to that one. And here it is. I come back at night after he started something up with me during the course of the day. I come back at night and he's acting out, misbehaving worse yet, And whereas I only had just so much of energy on my cell phone, the only one that was working at that given moment in time. And he meets me. I mean, I see him at the entrance and exit way for the front of the building. So I decided to take a detour and go back the other way, and then from there come into one of the back doors to the building here. And here it is, like he had to run from the front of the building to the back because I barely made it into my apartment, a place of residence. And he's like coming through something. He's cussing and swearing at me outside my apartment door, misbehaving practically like he wants to attempt to, you know, really have his brains go out to lunch and then catch a case, catch a jail cell, as well as the left and the right fist come from me. And as I would think to make a citizen's arrest, and then have the police make the official arrest, but then regardless of whatever the outcome, the police would know that I have had problems with him, as he himself now has a paper trail. And if something should happen to me, push comes to shove, then they would know whose apartment door to go knocking on. So here it is. He's coming in the back door as I had already come through the same one, and the one next to my apartment door, you know. Yeah, no, after I didn't come through the other one, because that back door, he had propped something in it. There's one or two back doors. One you can easily get into, whereas the lock mechanism is not messed up or does not need repair compared to the other one next to my apartment door, or the back door next to my apartment door. That one's is kind of ruined where it needs repairs. So he propped something in there. And as I'm coming into my apartment, he comes. I barely made it in to my apartment. He's cussing and swearing outside my apartment door, talking crazy to me and so forth. I'm like how he kicked my faggot nigga ass. My faggot bitch ass, I'm a bitch ass. And I'm not even gay. Can't say the same for another male of the same sex, if you know what I mean. Read between the lines, fill in the blanks. But anyway, though, from there, I called the police all the while I was charging my phone up. And they came out, and then he usually puts on an act for the police, change up his character, personality, and etc. The very minute they show up on the premises property for the building here, and make like he's a good guy. The boy next door that any woman would want to take home to mom. Ain't that a blip? But the very minute they leave, it's a different story, It would usually be, but this time he didn't so much as mouth off or some or such, I guess having phobia that I could call the police on him again, being of which I would think to do so if he continues to persist with this nonsense, But then before I began the broadcast, he was making with the overgrown baby boy Bam Bam Rubbles routine, as I was saying, and more than likely he was making with, the noise ratchet with other doors, as just a means to you know, use that as diversion noises to cover up the sound of him bothering with another neighbor's apartment door. Another neighbor's apartment door. But as long as you stay outside my apartment door, we won't have a problem going on. So after that last scare, I had to get this other cell phone reactivated just in case, then be caught with my drawers down, and at, especially as I get to reflecting upon how at that given moment in time, I was feeling pretty much so sick as a dog, much sicker than what I feel like now. Though I'm still feeling kind of up under the weather. And he picks that given moment in time to pick at me, and I'm wondering whether I'm trying to give him the benefit of that, but all things considered, I'm wondering if my most recent battle with general physical health issues could possibly have something to do with him, like he had all that planned, in the great scheme of things as part of this scheme of scam to spook me or to attempt to catch me with my draw down, to attempt to cause me problems in one regard or another, if you know what I mean, read between the lines, fill in the blanks, Yeah, this dickhead prick of a faggot, if not literal actual closet faggot, worse yet, of a drug pushing neighbor from down here. I'm sorry, I've been cussing swearing like a drunken sailor, but I think y'all get the general deal of what I'm trying to say. Yeah, and stupid does and stupid feels, and certain persons, they are in some of such rather desperate, crucial need of professional mental health services. That's for sure, especially if another neighbor has not done anything or even so much as said anything to you to warn and or justify all of this hostility or hatred or negative vibes, being in which he himself continues to generate against my person. Other than with the exception how I had complained to the management of the building, being a real estate administrator representative personnel, how he would cause me to lose sleep with his late night criminal activities going in and out of one or two back doors more than the other one, and mainly most of the one next to my apartment door. That not only caused me to lose sleep, but caused me to wake up late and start my day off late. And ever since then, it's been like no holds barred. You know, he himself has been harassing, intimidating, and or persecuting or attempting to terrorize and traumatize me upon a daily and on nightly basis. Though sometimes every other day and every other night, but usually it's daily and nightly, you know. And because he's kind of crazy as well as kind of gay, I figure. Well, anytime a male of the same sex focuses so much of his attention upon attempting to give another male the business, so much demonic activity and so much devilment, you know, and he himself come off as ever so demon possessed and one of the devil's own. But like I said, I never done anything to him or said anything to him to warrant or justify all this here coming from him. Up 2 cent power plays, you know, and from him following me into the business office, then attempting to flip the script by attempting to inform the administrative real estate representative personnel that I'm making him feel uncomfortable. I mean, the audacity, the nerve of him to sitting on a stoop outside the building in the dead of night, during a late night hour, as I'm coming to the building, attempting to spook me, whether I had to call the police on him then, to running down the sidewalk in back of me or behind my person as I'm trying to catch a train for the train station across the street from the building, whereas I had to take a detour and decided to take a bus instead. Yeah, much rather instead. To him saying to me, still for another dating question later, you call the police on me again, we're gonna have problems. So I had to call the police on him from there as well. Yeah, for him attempting to spook me sitting on the stoop outside the building, to him running down the sidewalk behind me, to him saying you call the police on me again, we're gonna have problems. I'm like, man, run to that shrink's office. Don't walk, run. Before someday it be mandated for you to appear before a judge, jury, and prosecutor, sporting an orange jumpsuit to go along with a pair of handcuffs and leg or ankle shackles. Anyway, though, I'm about to bring this to a close now. I just thought to share this all with you all, as it is regarding making reference to how, as a result of developments of this, constant, persistent harassment of me, as this one particular main neighbor from down here in this really bad neighborhood is keeping this up daily and nightly, is continuing to attempt to harass, intimidate, or persecute, or terrorize and traumatize or bully me, whereas I have had to, give serious thought to having reactivated a secondary cell phone as I paid out money out of my own pocket and wallet to have it reactivated. And on this last note of interest, I say, if you have not gotten Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, I hope that you would think to do so now while the blood is still running warm in your veins. By recognizing or realizing what he himself had done or did upon the cross, Calvary, on Golgotha, some at the hands of Rome sold up on the orders of their superiors, religious, political, military, and so. But then, nevertheless, was he went to that cross the Calvary to become a perfect sacrifice, only sacrifice for you as well as for me. Don't steal my trade, my physical gesture. I'm at the copyright sometimes unless I want to risk it being plagiarized. Whereas the regardless of race, walk of life, gender, age, etc., will profess faith in them. From there, we become blessed in one regard or another. In more ways, one first and foremost with salvation, whereas we won't have to worry about the lake of fire down here, and even so, we'll be blessed down here upon the planet Earth while we're still here. You all take care and be safe. We out. Peace.